Welcome all of you once again in another session. And before I start, let me inform you advanced Happy New Year from my side to all of you. On the occasion, we have this New Year Bash 2026 sale in which one can grab flat 60% off on SSC test subscriptions, batch subscriptions, course subscriptions, or the Super Elite in which you get access to everything at once, be it a course, batch, the current ones, the upcoming ones, the mock tests, notes, videos, everything at once in just one subscription. Do check before you leave. Can use the code HNY. Happy New Year in advance. Welcome all of you here. Let's start again. As always, we go ahead now. My goodness, there's a new interface now. How should I reattempt? Okay. Please answer. We go ahead then. Reducing brightness so that it is clearer to you. Here we go. Welcome, Deepak. Hey dear. The faster you answer, the faster we go ahead. Chivalrous. The manager. No, beta. No, that's not the correct answer. If I click A, see, it went wrong. Why? Let's see. Manager said to the employee, are you familiar with our company's policies and have you completed the training? There's a question mark. And you know this? No problem. He asked me that. We don't use the conjunction that in the interrogative sentences. We do not use the conjunction that in the interrogative statements. So that's the blunder. Okay. Now, if he is not possible because the sentence belongs to present, but the whole story belongs to past, should be in past. He is not possible. Was he is still interrogative, putting the auxiliary before the subject. The only option left is that correct? Manager said to the employee, manager asked the employee. In these single interrogative statements where we don't have WH words, we use the conjunctions if or whether. If is not followed by any choice, whether can indicate a choice. And we don't have a choice here. So can use if, can use whether, no problem. If, are you familiar? He was familiar. And have you completed? If he had completed. All perfect. Let's go. Vaishnavi, good evening. Most welcome. Okay. Just look at the finite verb combination. Had performed the surgery. The surgery had been performed, had first of all. Past perfect. Had been performed, okay. Was, no. Was, no. Has, no. Done. Need not check the other words. Obdurate, synonym. Exactly. Namaskar, Oma. Good afternoon, beta. Yes, because obdurate is stubborn, stubborn, adamant. Okay. Malleable, soft, can be changed. Antonym. Supple, flexible. Flexible itself is flexible. Yielding, flexible. Submissive, unyielding, stubborn. Synonym. Okay, we go ahead. We go live now, you and I. Emotional duality lies in the heart of human experience, reflecting coexistence of joy and sorrow within a single life. Human emotions rarely exist in isolation. Moments of happiness are often shaped by past pain, while periods of sorrow carry within them the memory of hope or joy. This interdependence suggests emotional extremes do not cancel each other but rather define and deepen one another. Joy gains intense Joy gains intensity because it is transient, and its fleeting nature makes individuals more aware of its value. A celebration feels meaningful precisely because it stands against the background of struggle or loss. Similarly, sorrow, though painful, often becomes a source of self awareness and emotional growth. Experiences of grief or disappointment force individuals to confront vulnerability, fostering empathy and resilience. In this sense, sorrow is not merely a negative emotion, but a formative one that reshapes perspective. Human mind continuously negotiates this emotional duality. People may experience gratitude even in difficult circumstances, just as moments of joy may be tinged with anxiety of fear or loss. Such emotional layering reflects the complexity of human consciousness, where conflicting feelings coexist rather than replace one another. Literature and art have long explored this duality, portraying characters who find meaning through suffering or discover sorrow at the height of happiness. Ultimately, emotional duality highlights the richness of human life. To experience joy only would render happiness shallow, just as unrelieved sorrow would make life unbearable. It's a constant interplay between these opposing emotions that enables individuals to understand themselves and others more deeply. By acknowledging both joy and sorrow as essential elements of existence, human beings cultivate emotional balance and a more profound appreciation of life's unpredictable nature. So, what's the central idea of the passage? First, your answer, then we go ahead. Done. Exactly. The passage doesn't mention joy alone. It says the duality, coexistence of joy and sorrow. Done. Coexistence of joy and sorrow. Joy and sorrow are exclusive. No, they coexist, exist at the same time with each other within a single life. Only on this, mm, only on that, it diminishes, depends on this alone. No, the coexistence of joy and sorrow, enriching human life. Why does joy feel more meaningful? It was marked over here. Good evening. Good, good. They have mentioned it twice. See, joy gains intensity because it is transient. Remember those 5 words we discuss in classes: transient, temporary, momentary, fleeting, evanescent, ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. So joy gains intensity because it is transient, lasting for a very short time. It's fleeting, lasting for a very short time. It eliminates sorrow. No, that's not the theme of the passage. They coexist with each other. It is constant. No, it gains intensity. It shouldn't be constant then. It's transient. Experienced in isolation. No, they coexist together. Temporary, transient, fleeting, ephemeral, evanescent. Done. The function of the clause: where conflicting feelings coexist rather than replace one another is what? Yes, फ्लीटिंग है इसीलिए उसकी वैल्यू पता नहीं चलती. Yep. Quick. Okay. Such emotional layering reflects the complexity of human consciousness. Human consciousness where conflicting feelings coexist rather than replace each other. Okay. Our consciousness. Adverb clause of contrast. It doesn't create any contrast to the previous statement, it just defines it. So it's not contrast, they are in the same tone. Noun clause, if we say that's a noun, it's not the subject or the object of anything. No, it's not the object. With a comma, we don't separate objects ever, never. Complement is possible, but modifying feelings, feelings are there in the same clause. How can the same word in the same clause modify the same clause? That's a contradictory line. Relative clause modifying consciousness. Yes, of course, it's defining consciousness, human consciousness, where conflicting feelings coexist rather than replace each other. Yes, of course, human consciousness, where options are easy. What is the closest meaning of the word formative used in the passage? Can eliminate with the help of the options. Formative, can't see the word, but yes, you can eliminate. In the passage, seconds please. Here it is. In this sense, sorrow is not just a negative emotion, but a formative one that reshapes perspective. Have a look again, Shivalra, Suma, and Vaishnavi. Sorrow is not a negative emotion, but the one that reshapes perspective. So, is that temporary? That reshapes perspective? Is it destructive? Is it influential? Creative? That's a better choice actually. It doesn't create, it just reshapes. That means the shape already exists. We are just giving it another shape. Another shape, not just creating it. In this sense, sorrow is not merely a negative emotion but a formative one that reshapes perspective, changing its shape. Yes. So temporary, it doesn't show any time here. Reshape, that's the meaning straight. Destruct, no, it shapes. That means gives it another form. Doesn't destruct it. Create should be creating, but it's just reshaping, influencing. Just like influencers we have. I was bored and not preparing for competitive examinations, but watched that motivational video and such, and now influenced that way. Yes, that's a better choice. It reshapes, not creates. Abject, dejected, sad, wretched, miserable, forlorn, exalted. Yes, Vaishnavi, chivalrous. Yes, of course. They are so easy to eliminate. Wretched is also sad, mournful, dejected, depressed, miserable state, forlorn, mournful, once again, exalting, happy, elated, extremely happy. The the straight antonym. That was new to me, but fortunately I got this correct because out of elimination I knew the remaining three words. Yes, exalting, praise. Good evening, Rishabh. You can eliminate. The word was new to me too, but the rest of those we already know. Diatribe, bitter, verbal attack against someone. How dare you do this? Verbal attack. Bitter. It's not the one which praises. Can't be. That's an aggressive speech, like of politicians when they disturb the masses. That's an aggressive speech. So that's also negative, can't be praising someone. Soliloquy is neither praising nor aggressive. Solo loqua, when just one person is delivering the speech. Not dialogue, just one person, soliloquy. Solo loqua, speaking. Just one is speaking. It doesn't show any praise or anything such. So out of elimination, that has to be, and that is the correct answer. I checked in dictionary later. Exact. Remember this word, a public speech or published text in praise of someone or something. Panegyric. Okay. Yes. Um, see, that's a triphthong in terms of phonetic symbols. Flower, schwa sound first, hour, O-U-R, A, O, and then again, British English, R silent, flower. This is schwa, it should be. Yes, no problem. Then it's this actually, not this. Flower, flower, okay, that's flaw. Flare, flyer, flower, flower. The first one. Homonym, having same sound. Praising the fact, provided solution to the complex problem. Obviously. Plausible should have been a good word. Implausible is negative. Won't be praising. Won't be worth praising then. That's a negative option. Attainable can be achieved. Unattainable is a negative word. Sporadic, intermittent, occurring at intervals, not regular, won't be worth praising. Feasible, plausible. I didn't say implausible. Plausible, feasible. Plausible, possible, feasible, practical, probable also. Yes, Rishabh. She blank space to handle the situation. So don't worry about her. She has money enough. Money can't handle every situation. Smart enough, okay. Is enough keen is grammatically wrong. Enough as an adverb modifying adjectives comes after them. Similarly, that's grammatically wrong. Enough old, old enough, rich enough, bold enough, smart enough. That was also grammatically wrong. Just a sec. Money is noun, enough should come before that. These three are grammatically wrong. Just one. Grammatically correct in terms of context correct. Enough, absolutely. And then noun, adjectives or adverbs, enough then. Thank you. Before the nouns, after the adjectives or adverbs. Exactly, just one option. The research examined 20 disasters exacerbated passive tone, that's it, V3. The disasters which were exacerbated, the climate breakdown that hit 14 countries and such. Passive tone, V3. V3 it is. No, just one option possible. Dickens' idea for a Christmas carol. Oh, carol. Blank space in the north of England. Obviously, this idea came from, originated from, obviously, we say that this idea came from. So, Dickens' idea for a Christmas carol blank space in the north of England when he traveled to speak at the Manchester and such. Originated, not bad. The origin of the idea. Terminated, then it should not go ahead, but it has been discussed in the passage, so it didn't finish here, it start here. Devour is absorb. The idea absorbed originated better. Graft is like embedded, combined with, and there is no combination available. Started, originated, came from. That was so hard to answer. Rishabh, you took seconds. I probably took a minute or more than that to answer this because I was thinking of a collocation. Like, is it a proper collocation? Like social, what, relationship, management? I can't see any management here. Emphasis, conscience, Oma, chivalrous. One may get confused while answering this quite easily. Okay, may I say this? He was socially aware. So his social awareness, which is marked here. See, ignored by everyone else. Dickens was already popular, successful novelist, self-made man, social blank space. He needed to confront the problems of want, ignorance, which he in his tale and such and such. That means he was aware of the social problems, the threats. He was aware of the social problems or threats. Chivalrous. He was aware of them. And awareness is defined by relationship, management, emphasis. We better know conscience. Yes, I was aware. I remember I did this and I was all conscious state. Conscience, we can say what's morally good or bad. Conscience, consciousness related to that. Nope, no, 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 no. So that's a better choice. Conscience. Awareness. Which he strayed. Vaishnavi, what's your answer? Hirshab, have a look again. Let me help you. He needed to confront the problems of want. Everyone wants something. Ignorance. Everybody hates being ignored. For example, which he blank space in his story as two horrifying children. So he blank space want and ignorance as children. Got it then. Remember personification. The moon smiled. Time himself heals all the wounds. Spring brings happiness with herself. Personify, to give human-like capabilities to non-living things, to ideas, abstract nouns, and the same happening here. Want is an abstract term. Ignorance is an abstract term, but he blank spaces to horrifying children. That means these objects, these abstract terms have been personified now. They are treated as persons, as children, and we didn't see that. That's why we answered wrong. Yes. Enamored is to filled with love. Filled with love. No, no. Children. Segregate is to remove. No, he discussed. He confronted. Disparage is of no worth. Belittling, he's nothing before me. Where I am, where he is, disparage, of no worth, but he confronted. So can't use these. No love, he personified them, treated those abstract ideas as human beings, children. And these were the threats, and they were being blank space in the slums of the cities. Yes. Quick. There are some problems like want and ignorance. He was socially aware. There were some problems England was facing as threats, and they were being blank space in the slums of the cities. Breed is to produce, generally children if we don't mark the object. Breeding, produce children by default. Can produce anything in the figurative sense. Now the problems are developing. There's a problem, there's a disease which is spreading. You can say spread here. These problems, these are the threats nobody was discussing. He discussed, he confronted. And these problems originated in, developed in, bred in, spread in the slums of the, you can feel this, in the slums of the cities. Problems were originating. Those threats were originating, developing that way. So breed is possible. Recuperate is to restore good health. That means to recover from illness. No, there are threats facing England. Recaptured, capture again. Drown will be diminish. Drowned. If the problems were gone, he need not discuss them then. That means they were developing, spreading. The only option possible, breeding. Grab the first one, grab the last one, done. Siddharth. Rishabh, Ankit. Check the time and tense consistency. We are talking about history and taking references 15 seconds. What do you think is a better choice to end at? Second one or fourth one? The ending statement. Have a look again, everyone. I don't know what the answer is, but which is a better choice to end at? Second one, fourth one. No. Okay. The discovery of ancient cave paintings revealed early humans' attempts to document their surroundings. Okay. Paintings. I don't know what the paintings were. Defined in the third one. Archaeologists identified, depictions of animals, rituals, hunting scenes across several continents. 1 3, if you answered this or this, is for sure together. 1 and then 3. Now, next one. These paintings, like the depictions of animals, rituals, scenes across these and that, such artistic expressions provide insight. Can't I say that? This? Such artistic impressions or expressions. What? Of animals, of rituals, of hunting scenes. Such artistic. Okay, if you put fourth first and two then, first one, A, what is there in fourth that we can say such artistic expressions? But yes, there are artistic expressions in the third one, after which we can put the second one. Rishabh, Ankit. Okay, objections welcome. So that's a better choice. Discovery of paintings revealed the paintings depicted animals, rituals, hunting scenes. Such artistic expressions provided insights, and these findings have enhanced our understanding of prehistoric societies. It seems to end better. Doubts welcome. Yes, cultural evolution through cognitive development. But 3 2 was a better choice. Such artistic expressions. Once again, it's all about a better choice. Ankit, not bad. I can't say that's not the last one, but we still have a better choice in my opinion. See, which ends better can ease congestion. Okay, two statements, I'm not numbering them straight, are defining the problem, while two, any of those or these, are defining the solution. Let's make a better choice. Yes, you are correct. Either you say this or this. Third is the first one, which sets the tone for the first one. With the rapid urban migration, cities face mounting pressure on existing transit infra. Okay. With rapid migration, cities face, because urban migration, mounting pressure on existing transit infra. Okay. Overcrowding in public transport systems create discomfort and reduces commuter efficiency. I could have started with the first one, but why is this overcrowding in public transport systems happening? Because urban migration. Okay, got it then. So 3-1 is going to be for sure, but available in a couple of those. Now solutions, that's the problem. What about the solution? So authorities, it brings the tone from the problem to the solution. Soft transition. That's the problem. Authorities are developing long-term plans to ensure sustainable, reliable mobility solutions. The smooth transition from problem to solution, right? Objections welcome. And yes, we can say that then upgrading transport networks with high capacity trains and automated signaling can ease congestion. So that ends slightly better, and that's the transition in between from the problem to the solution. 4-2 should be, yes, I remember, did solve, is a better choice. Welcome. We have done this before, if I'm not wrong, or something such. Done. Breath control, pranayam plays a crucial role in yoga, helping to calm the mind and improve physical aspect of yoga known as asan, enhances flexibility. Finally, can't be the first one, and two options starting with C, gone. Yoga, an ancient practice. Come on, so descriptive. D, in just one option. Let's click and go ahead. A millstone, not milestone, around one's neck. Um, Siddharth. Yes, of course. If we have something here, it's around the neck. That means on the shoulders. Around the neck, we have shoulders. And whatever is there on the shoulders is some sort of a responsibility or a burden. Yes, absolutely. Opportunities don't are not on the shoulders. Habits are not on the shoulders. Tasks are not on the shoulders, but yes, responsibilities, burden can be on the shoulder. Done. Around the neck. Okay, then please inform me. Did I explain the previous one? Did I explain the previous one? I read the whole passage. No, I think, as I can see myself, I did not explain the previous one. Probably the internet was. Oh, okay, explaining now. The previous one. Sorry, just a sec. It was this. I did answer so quickly, no problem. Yes, I read the whole passage. Gardener said, I have been watering these plants. A couple of keywords. This becomes V2, had, these becomes those. These not possible. These not possible. Those okay, those okay. And in the past, the gardener said he has. How has possible here? Past it should be. So had the only option we have. These not possible. In the past, has not possible. Just one option. Yes, I swear I read the whole passage. Okay. My tongue needs more exercise now. Let me read that again. No problem. Decline of monarchical authority in England was a gradual process shaped by political, social, economic changes over several centuries. Medieval period, English monarchs wielded extensive power, often claiming divine right to govern without limitations. Kings Edward I, Henry VIII exercised strong central authority controlling taxation, law, foreign policy. However, challenges to absolute monarchy began to emerge as the role of representative institutions and public opinion strengthened. One of the earliest and most significant constraints on royal power was the Magna Carta of 1215, which limited the king's ability to levy taxes without the consent of his barons and established principles of legal accountability. This early recognition of shared governance set a precedent for future curtailment of monarchical authority. Over time, the development of parliament and rise of influential noble classes gradually shifted political power away from the crown. Monarchs increasingly needed in parliament Monarchs increasingly needed parliamentary approval for legislation, revenue collection, signaling the emergence of a more balanced system of governance. Is it working? Yes, it is. 17th century marked a decisive turning point in the decline of royal authority. Conflicts between Charles I and Parliament over taxation, religion, political control culminated in the English Civil War, 1642 to 1651. Execution of Charles I in 1649 symbolized the rejection of unchecked royal power and temporary establishment of Commonwealth under Oliver further demonstrated that monarchy could be challenged and even abolished. Although the monarchy was later restored in 1660, the Glorious Revolution of 1688 permanently limited royal prerogatives. William III, Mary's second, ascended the throne under the condition that Parliament would hold ultimate authority, enshrined in the Bill of Rights 1689, which prohibited the monarch from suspending laws or levying taxes without parliamentary consent. Economic and social transformations in the 18th and 19th centuries further eroded monarchical power. Industrialization, the expansion of the electorate, rise of political parties increased the influence of elected representatives. Monarchs became largely ceremonial figures with their political role constrained by the constitutional conventions and democratic institutions. By the 20th century, the British monarchy had evolved into a constitutional monarchy, retaining symbolic ceremonial significance while political authority resided firmly with Parliament and the Prime Minister. The tone of the passage. Chivalrous. If you say D, that means the author is arguing against anything, but do you think author is putting any argument against anything? That was all history. The author did not put any argument to this. Like, in my opinion, it should be this. It's not good for the nation. He did not say anything such. Nostalgic. Yes, I remember when I was in college. Nostalgia. Memories of past. It's history, not someone's memory of past. And the author probably wasn't there during 16th century and 14th century and even 12th century. No one can be 400 years old. Alarmist, inspiring fear. It's history. Objective tone. Remember objective type questions where the author did not put any personal opinion or choice. Subjective, where he himself was a part of the conversation or putting his personal views. Subjective, our own personal views. What do you think is the cause of unemployment in India? I'll be putting my views then. But that was sheer history, so can't be subjective, has to be objective. Which of the following is the closest meaning in the word, I'm sorry, ceremonial? Yes. Next line defines. Ritu. Great. Great. Waiting for the others. Yes. You can see the next line. Initially, those monarchs had every control, like divine powers, to govern without limitations, and now limitations came into existence. Parliament, other limitations, limitations, limitations. It somewhat got abolished, yes, restored later, but somehow limitations were applied for sure. Where was that? Ceremonial. Now monarchs have become just ceremonial figures. He is a king, just displayed. He doesn't have that power. Next line defines that. With their political role limited by constitutional conventions and democratic institutions. Limited constraints. That means they can execute. They can't execute anything now. Authority has been limited. So they are not authoritative. They don't have any influence now. That's just a symbol that he's a king. He doesn't have the authority. Which of the following developments mostly directed institutionalized, most directly institutionalized the limitation of royal prerogatives? It is marked somewhere there. Okay, I come back in 30 seconds, have a class at 5. Let me just drop a message that I'll be late. The limitation of royal in this. It is there. I'm coming in 30 seconds. Prerogatives, it is clearly marked. Somewhere here. You just have a look. Coming in 15 seconds. Okay. We'll have to check this. Honestly, I don't remember. The word I remember, it was marked. Yes, it is here. Yes, it is here. Let's check this now. Straight I can. Straight in the previous line. Although monarchy was restored in 60, but glorious revolution of 1688 permanently limited the royal prerogatives. Most directly institutionalized the limitation of the royal prerogatives. What? The glorious revolution of 1688. 1660? No. 1688. 1215? No. I can't see any year here. The glorious revolution. The glorious revolution. 88, 89? No problem. Which type of sentence is this? The 17th century marked a decisive turning point in the decline of royal authority. Whoa, so complex. So simple to answer. Quick. Obviously, it can't be anything but simple because it has one subject, just one verb. We don't have any other verb. We don't have any other statement. Can't be compound, can't be complex. Complex compound needs at least 3 sentences, at least 2, at least 2. That one statement is simple itself. Incorrect spelling. Yes. Quick, everyone. Obviously, lawyer examined contractual obligations thoroughly. Astronomer observed celestial event with advanced equipment. Incorrect. Chief chef, incorporated exotic spices, not species, to enhance the flavor. British. Journalist described the situation as highly, come on, controversy. It's not controversial, controversial. S-I-A-L. That's it. No shall here. Impecunious. It doesn't have C, it has S. Perfect. We know the answer, we can eliminate also. Destitute, lacking all possessions, poor. Indigent, poor. It's not indignant, which is angry. Penurious, lacking money, poor once again. These three are synonymous. They can't be the antonym or synonym of anything else. That's the odd one out. Wealthy. Answer, and of course, because pecuni means money, impecunious, not having money. Synonyms, antonym, wealthy. Don't get confused between penurious, that let's quickly finish things off. There are some glitches from YouTube's side, if I'm not wrong. Thank you. Next. Verbs again. Is being designed. The team is designing present continuous. Designed? Why V2? Designing, it's the non-finite verb. Will? No, 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 no. Is designing straight. Reverb. You better know, nowadays we listen to songs with a bit more reverb. Getting out of what, hey dear? Would love to. Please, 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 Mark. Thanks for the smile. Quick. Reverb. You listen to songs with more reverb. Quick. Oh, full marks, nearly impossible. Depends upon luck also, because a couple of questions may go wrong, but it must be more than 40. I'm talking about questions. 45, it must be more than 40. 41 okay, 42 okay, 43. And then luck factor making it 44 or 45. Yes, you are correct. Reverb is fine, but aeration, and first of all, it's not R-E-T-I-O-N ever. Reverb doesn't have this spelling. Should be. Quick, I have another class going on. Necessity is the mother of invention. All of us know. Yes. True creativity and best inventions are born from a complete state of freedom. It doesn't show freedom, it shows necessity. A pressing need, that's necessity, is the driving force that inspire people to create new solutions. Yes, of course, no mothers out there. Idioms don't have the literal sense. Before you invent, it's good to have extensive research, but it doesn't show research. It shows necessity, which is need. Sophisticated. Remember, I was going for the interview and I must be, sweet, simple, and sophisticated. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Polished. In real life, we are not such. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sure. I will. Thank you. Thank you so much. It doesn't happen in the real life. We are humans, but we have to be sweet, simple, and sophisticated. Adapt is skillful, dexterous, talented, not sophisticated. Need not be sophisticated. Aggrandize is to increase the power of something, make it grand. Crude is the antonym. Crude is the raw form. Opposite of sophisticated, polished. Quickly finishing things off. The pap smear test plays a crucial role in the early detection and prevention of which remains one of the leading causes of mortality among women worldwide. Developed by in the 20th century, the pap smear is a simple, cost-effective screening method designed to identify precancerous and cancerous changes in the epithelial cells of the cervix. Its primary significance lies in detecting abnormalities long before clinical symptoms appear, thereby enabling timely medical intervention. Cervical cancer typically develops slowly, progressing from normal epithelium to precancerous lesions and eventually invasive cancer. The pap smear helps identify these early changes such as intraepithelial neoplasia, allowing treatment as a reversible stage. Regular screening has been shown to significantly reduce both the incidence and mortality rates of, particularly in populations with organized screening programs. In addition to the early detection, pap smear facilitates risk stratification and appropriate follow-up. Abnormal results prompt further diagnostic procedures, including and biopsy and colposcopy, ensuring accurate assessment and management. When combined with human testing, the effectiveness of screening is further enhanced, as persistent infection with high-risk strains is a major factor in this genesis. Despite the proven effectiveness, disparities in access and awareness limit the reach of screening in many regions. Strengthening public awareness initiatives, improving health education, integrating pap smear testing into routine women's health care can significantly improve early diagnosis. Overall, the smear remains a cornerstone of preventive gynecology, playing an indispensable role in reducing the global burden of cervical cancer through early detection and timely intervention. Which sentence best explains why the pap smear is important? Done. Quick. I hope it is working. Yes, it is. Hello? Waiting for your answers. Quick. No. It plays a crucial role in the early detection and prevention, which remains one of the leading. Developed by someone is not the importance of it. It detects before the symptoms appear. I need not read any other sentence now. Early detection. Quick, I have a class. Everyone. What's the benefit of regular pap smear screening? Does it completely regular? No problem. Yes, obviously. Regular screening significantly reduces both the incidence and mortality, death rate. Completely prevent, nothing can. Replaces other tests, no. Research, no. Incidence and death rate, mortality rate. What does combined with HPV testing imply? When combined with this, the effectiveness is enhanced. Done. Yes. When combined with this, the effectiveness of the screening is further enhanced. It replaces no, is useless, no, is only needed, no, improves, enhanced. Grammar, which remains you have to mark the role of which remains one of the leading causes of. No, it can't be an adverb clause. Which can't make an adverb clause of reason. Why defines that? Yes, you are correct. See, it's not an independent clause. It's a dependent clause defining that cancer. Cancer, which remains one of the leading causes of. So it's not independent. Not an adverbial clause. No adverb such here. Why? Showing cause. Which doesn't show cause. Noun clause, subject. Where is the verb of this? No, no, no. But that's a relative clause. Yes. Modifying cancer. Defining cancer. Yes, giving extra info is correct, but that's not independent. That's a dependent clause. Not independent. Not putting extra information which is not related to the previous one. Quickly finish things off, everyone. I'm so late today. Obviously, just one option. Thank you. Team would, that means will. Will here. No, no, no. Done. Comparative degree. Brightest is superlative. Bright is positive. Most bright doesn't exist. Brighter than comparative. Each of the modules include. Done. Each is a singular subject. That's the object of the preposition. And a singular subject without an SES. Done. He go to school. The sunrise in the east. Need not read the sentence further. Each of them include. Includes. Yes, made a mistake here because I didn't notice, couldn't pay attention to this hyphen. So camera went off. 5 seconds, please. Go ahead. Quick. No answer. No, we can't say word because this is claim, so we have to transfer this here also. I did the same. I did the same. This is present tense, which they claim will generate. So instead of changing these two, I changed this, putting in present. I thought it's not the correct answer, by the way. We missed this, but I thought that's present. Two options out there, two verbs out there. So let me change this then. Despite strong opposition, the government has announced plans to construct this, which they claim will generate thousands of jobs. So I clicked this and went ahead. Time and tense and inconsistency. I honestly didn't see this hyphen. And hyphenated words, remember? 10 rupees what? It's not 10 rupees. It's a 10 rupee note. Remember? So that's an adjective. Prepositions can't take adjectives after them. So that may be considered correct because it doesn't exist. We can't end at the adjective as the object of the preposition. There should be a noun also. Drop this hyphen. It will boost the economy in the long run. Drop the hyphen. So I got this wrong. No problem. Done. She told the committee that she is told she is will be told. Buddhist monk. No. Hey dear. Even if the actual statement is will, in the past, in the indirect narration, it would be would. Why would I change the tone of the author? Is in the past becomes was. No, no, yes. Need not change. No, 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 that was our mistake. That was our mistake. Need not change the tone of the author. Metaphor. Simile, like and as. Metaphor, implied simile. Is in the past is was, not would or will. Yes. The wind dancing, for example, is personification. Leaves dancing, personification. The bee went buzz. I need metaphor, implied simile. So her eyes were like diamonds, simile like diamonds, not like diamonds. Her eyes were diamonds, implied simile, metaphor. Is that okay? Yes. Need not say anything. Obviously, Himalayas and Himalayas, the mountain ranges, the Himalayas. Sharpness, accuracy of judgment, pronunciation, combined accuracy, acumen. Yes. Experience doesn't define accuracy of judgment. Estimation can't be accurate. Knowledge, not sure. Acumen defines this. Acute, sharp, and finishing things off. Kushagrata. Superb. Yes, of course, you are correct. Are made is present indefinite. Make, makes should be there. Makes, okay. Why made? Why had made? Why has made? Done. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe. And before I finish, let me show you a couple of batches that have started recently if somebody wishes to. And yes, don't forget, New Year Bash, flat 60% off on any SSC subscription. Do check. Use the code HNY. Happy New Year. And yes, these are the new courses for CGL Tier 2. Just started. Complete practice course, English medium, and for complete foundation course 4.0, CGL 2026, the foundation course, starting 5th of January. Welcome. Let's go. Let's finish things off. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Honestly. Okay. Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. Thank you, Buddhist. I don't know the name. The usernames are visible these days. Oma, Chivalrous, Mohini, will have a word with you. Drop me a message, please. Can't detect, but drop me a message, please. Okay. God bless you. Have a smile.